Just going live on IG.
Are you okay, Mommy?
Yes, baby, I'm on.
Do you feel a little bit better?
Yes, baby, but baby, I need. Hi, everyone.
This is real life coming to
It is
you.
real life. It is so funny what we're going to talk about today. You know, my son is in the background. He's doing his homework, but he's concerned about his mommy because I wasn't feeling well earlier. So, you know, I'm so blessed to have a caring son. So, hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to Radiance Reimagined Week. So, this is topic number 2. So happy. We usually don't broadcast in the evening, but we're doing something new for Radiance Reimagined Week. So I just wanted to welcome everyone, welcome all the folks who signed up specifically for this week because they needed to get those nuggets to get their life rejuvenated, and we're here to help with that. I also want to welcome our normal Revive and Thrive subscribers. Thank you so much. I can't believe it. We're almost reaching 300 subscribers.
Wow.
So, you know, if you out there, thank you so much for coming to meet us in the evening time. So I also want to say that we are broadcasting live on Facebook, personal pages, as well as our business page, Fly High NYC. We're also broadcasting live on IG, our personal pages, as well as the business page, Fly High _NYC. And so just a quick note for IG users, I say this every time we're on because I don't want to seem like you are not loved, because we do love and appreciate you. But for whatever reason, we cannot see your messages. We do check the messages after the broadcast. But if you do want to participate during the course of the discussion, head over to Facebook or to YouTube. That's another place we're broadcasting live. Fly High, NYC live on YouTube. It's a great experience, and you're able to chat and message us live. So let's go ahead with introductions, and we'll talk a little bit about what we're doing today. Hi, I'm your co-host, KG.
And I am Tamika Elaine. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So what we're talking about, yesterday we had a great discussion about beauty hacks, how to look, the ageless beauty hacks, how to look good at any age. And for those of you who are subscribed specifically for the Radiance Reimagined Week, you had some resources emailed to you after the broadcast, and you'll also have some other free resources emailed to you after the broadcast today and the one tomorrow. And don't worry, Revive and Thrive subscribers, we didn't forget about you. You'll get your email tomorrow with those resources. And if anyone's interested to opt in to get on the mailing list on the Facebook and YouTube front, you should see a link in the description of this live. So you can go ahead and opt in, and it's also for free. So I just wanted to point that out. So tonight we are talking about from overwhelmed to empowered, you know, having that radiant mindset shift. So we're going to jump in. Yeah, should we jump in, or I feel like I'm missing something to be going like in the intro?
I think we could dive right in. I think you covered everything. Everybody's welcome. So
okay, awesome. Well, in our first segment, we're going to understand a little bit about overwhelm. I think that is something that we all can relate to. So I can first talk about a little bit about overwhelm in my front, and then I'll pass it over to you, Tamika Elaine. Is that cool?
that sounds good.
Okay, all right, cool. So with me, you know, I'm sure everyone has their own story. I'm sure that everybody's going through their own stresses. So what we're going to do is talk a little bit about the problems, but we'll also get into the solutions. And so you can know a little bit about us. You know, for myself, life can be quite overwhelming. But, you know, thankfully I use some of the things we will talk about so it's not that way, and I am able to still enjoy many facets of life. For those who don't know, I am a mom. I'm a single mom of a great son who will be 9 this year. You know, balancing career as well as businesses. Life can be quite overwhelming. And also being the sole person that's like financially responsible for everything can also add another level or slice of overwhelm. So with me, I figure, and we'll go into more detail, a way to like a little secret on how to get over that is allowing yourself to pause when things get a little overwhelming and just accept yourself, like accept your feelings. For example, I'm quite emotional. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it's because I'm a Cancer or whatever, but that's probably part of it. But some of the things I do when I feel overwhelmed, I cry. I may cry and it may become a little sad. But what I do is really accept my feelings. Previous life, I would have been like, oh, I hate that I'm so sensitive and whatever. But no, I accept myself for who I am and just talk to myself like, Kinda, it's okay. I know you're sad, but about XYZ. But guess what? We're going to get over it by doing ABC. So having those positive talks with yourself, kind of putting yourself in the right mindset. But we'll go into that a little deeper as we dive into the next segment. But I want to throw it over to Tamika Elaine and ask about some of the things that you go through when you're feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, in terms of the source of me being overwhelmed, there's so many things. Take for example this week, right? We are doing something special, right? Coming to you guys. What this is going to be 4 additional times, right? And just just preparing for that, had your girl feeling quite overwhelmed, right? Just to be candid. And what I had to do, I really had to fight against the negative self-talk, right? I had to just really just kind of settle myself down and just say, you know what? You're going to do your best. It may not be perfect. You may not get everything done. You may not do every post, but you're going to do your best, right? Like we're always trying to tackle so many things all at once, personally, for our families, professionally. So it just adds additional stress that we shouldn't be taking that on. And more on the personal front, being a caregiver, granted things are much better now, but just making sure my mom is good, making sure that I'm covering the bases, whether it be taking care of legal things, health wise. It's just so many things on the list. But like you said, KG, today we're going to talk about how to shift our mindset, right? Like, how do we dig ourselves out of this? How do we, change the focus? What exactly does it entail for you, the mindset shift?
Sure. This is a great, thank you, Tamika Lane. This is a great segue. But one thing I do want to say, I wanted to say this in the intro, that the things we're discussing are things that are meant to be helpful, but we are not medical professionals. I just want to provide a disclaimer.
Throw that disclaimer out there. Yep.
Yes. So we are not medical professionals, but we are seasoned and we know we've been through some things and we just want to be able to provide some advice that worked for us and other loved ones and hoping that it could be helpful for you out there. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. And going back to the mindset, I think it's just crucial for a person to shift their mindset from a source of scarcity to a source of abundance. Stop thinking that, if I don't get this or if I don't have that, my life is over. No, if it doesn't work out in a relationship, boo-hoo, understand, you got to get over it. But there are plenty of other, don't worry about what is said out there. There is someone out there that is right for you and love you the way you want, need to be loved. If you're in a job that doesn't appreciate you, guess what? There's another career or job that will provide you the level of respect that you deserve. So it's just having that mindset. And some of the things you can do to make sure you get to that positive space of abundance is, I'll go through a list. Practicing gratitude. So already having a love for whatever you currently have. You may not be at the point that you want to be, but be thankful if you have a place to lay your head, if you have food to eat, and other things, if you have a car to drive, whatever. Make sure that you have gratitude and a sense of thankfulness for what you already have. Use affirmations. It really goes into speaking positively about yourself. I know if all the the Revive and Thrive subscribers may have heard the story of how I have my son repeat affirmations every morning before going to school. And he really truly believes those words he's speaking, those positive words, that he's, intelligent, he can do whatever he wants. And adults need to do that too, and really put it into a practice. And that sense of positivity will help them to get to that place of abundance. Being generous, being, loving and giving to others, not just thinking of yourself. It's just in a place of not being selfish, when you're not always thinking about what you don't have and you trying to put in a place of getting others, in a way that you can. It could be something little, holding the door for somebody or helping someone across the street or something. Having that will bring a sense of positivity over your life. Focusing on your strengths is something, it's just a mindset thing. Instead of like, oh, I can't do this. Well, guess what? You can do this and you can do it well. Focus on those things, and then maybe you can hone those other skills that you ultimately want. But just be mindful that you are special and you are capable of doing quite a number of things already. I think another key thing is embracing change, understanding that, in a scarcity mindset, we fear change because it means that something is going to be taken away from us, and you don't like that. You're like, oh, you can even think about that in a works mindset. Like if you have responsibilities and someone new's coming in and want to do some of those responsibilities, and you're just like, no, these are mine. Instead of thinking, let the other person do some of that work so it can free up your capabilities to do something else that you may want to really do and hone and be good at. So, or it could be something as cleaning out your closet. My homegirl is helping me do that now. It's like really releasing the old, and just know that guess what? You're going to get new clothes. You're going to get better clothes. Like she's helping me with that project. And in a sense, I'm also contributing, being generous, because all those clothes that I'm giving away is going to be given to someone who's in need. So it's like, so just embrace change and understand you're going to get it back probably twofold. And just recognizing there are possibilities out there. Stop trying to be so narrow, like, oh, I can, this is the only way you could do things. No, there's many ways to get to your end goal. So just being open-minded can help you. And just create win-win situations. I think this is key. Creating win-win situations, meaning that not every situation there is a loser as well as a winner. Like in an instance, like if you're interviewing your heart out and you're not getting the job, instead of saying, I lost that opportunity, I'm not good enough. No, rethink that. Just use it as, you know what? I use that as an opportunity to really practice on my interviewing skills. And you know what? I'm going to use that and make it better for the next interview. So it is a win situation because you're learning from maybe a mistake you made or whatever the case may be, or you just know, I could explain that situation a little better and I'll do so in the next one. So really understanding that you can create win-win situations out of anything, learning experiences, whether it's a breakup or whatever else, it's a win in a sense. So ultimately, just remember that what you believe is what you receive. And I believe in that. So, okay. What about you, Tamika Lee?
Those are great. I'll just piggyback on a lot of what you said and just add a little bit more. So, in terms of the positive self-talk, you can change your mantra as often as you need, right? Like you don't have to stay with one type of thought, right? You want to be able to maximize your own power. You remember, you can change course. Sometimes we just think like we have to stay the course. And I think that sometimes adds to some of our challenges and the stress that we put on ourselves. So flexibility, right? Surround yourself with people whose mindsets reflect where you want to be as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that setbacks are normal, right? You got to bounce back, right? Remind yourself why you want to change, and stay focused. As you said, KG, sometimes we have limiting beliefs and think that we can't do enough. That thought of like scarcity, but no, you got to create opportunities, be optimistic, have that mindset to help you tackle life in a much better way, and just try to break things down into making small adjustments. Sometimes we think of things or life as an all or nothing. We have to make these big leaps, right? We can do things in small increments as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all. Oh, and just facing your fears, right? That's one thing that sticks out to me. This fear of failure as well. Even me being on this live is facing a fear, right?
Yes, girl. You remember the first one? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, again, with lots of opportunities, learning lessons, opportunities to make adjustments. And so you just got to get
Yes.
out there, right? You just think about things a little differently. Give yourself some grace. I think that's the big takeaway for me, and something that I'm trying to adapt every day, right? Stop being so hard on myself.
Yes. Okay. Give us some
Mhm.
grace. We got to give ourselves some grace. We're just human. And it's
Right,
okay to make mistakes. And I have my son repeat that. It is okay to make mistakes as long as
right.
you learn from them.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, okay, Tamika, like let's move. So we know about, the stuff that we should be thinking in our heads and telling ourselves to make us more positive. But what are some, daily empowerment tips that we could be doing as well?
I think certain things like starting your day off the right way, right? Creating a morning routine, whatever that looks like for you, whether it is having a good breakfast and doing some exercise, some meditation, prayer, visualization, whatever that is for you. And if the morning, like my mornings, I usually am waking up in enough time to get started. If
Yeah.
that's not the right time of day for you, then do it in the evening. Again,
Mhm.
there's no one size fits all for this, right?
Yeah.
Also, maybe on a Monday or Sunday, whatever day it is for you, whatever your week looks like, setting your priorities for the week, right? What you need to tackle this week, and also adding in a little fun, right? Like whatever it is, it doesn't have to just be, task, 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 we
Oh,
need to be able to get out there, enjoy life, right? So making sure you just have a clear idea what you want to focus on. And if you don't get it to it this week, then again, flexibility, grace, you put it on your list for next week. Even the content that we absorb, improve in that mix, right? In terms of
great point.
videos, books, podcasts, blogs, things that, make you kind of stay in that flow of being empowered or just changing your mindset. The
Mhm.
more that you know, just consume this type of content, it'll automatically kind of help you change the way that you're thinking,
Oh,
and break from the routine. That's one thing for me. Even before this podcast, I went outside for a walk, right? Get
mm,
outside. Going outside can sometimes just change the energy. So, we're all busy. We just got to find ways to incorporate some of these strategies in our day-to-day life. So if you can just take 5 minutes, and then it's also healthy, just take a walk, do something. You have a son, maybe you guys go for a walk, like just because then
yeah.
you're spending time with him. So you're able to kind of address two things, with one experience. Something else, creating a beautiful things list. I thought this was good.
Oh, what's
Yeah,
that about? That sounds nice.
yeah, and I could see because you like to write down, you like to write down.
You
I
have
mean,
all
you
this
can do
space.
this in your phone as well, but just as you're going about your day, taking note of things, right? Right,
Yeah.
beautiful things that come to mind, things that you see. Sometimes we're just moving. We don't take time to, like they say, smell the roses, right? You don't take
Yeah.
time to take in what's around you in your environment. So that's also something that could help you to just shift the way that you're thinking or feeling. And maybe keeping a box or folder of encouraging words, notes that you've received. So when you're feeling down, right, you just kind of remind yourself, right, you made impact in people's lives. These things, again, can help you to shift the way that you're thinking about yourself, or just maybe you're having a bad day. And another tip, like you said about decluttering, that's something that I've been trying to do. When your space just feels free and airy, oh my gosh, what a way that can just change the way that you function on a daily basis. So those were the tips that I have come up with.
Yes. I mean, because I believe with the decluttering, even though it's a chore, but you're just making space for all the new blessings that's about to just embrace you in your life, girl. When you get the old out,
Yeah, it's almost like you can just breathe a little easier. I just automatically feel like a sense of like just feel lighter
Yeah.
once you get the clutter out. And again, with that, breaking things down into small tasks. Like you said, you're focusing
Yeah.
on your closets. One day I did my kitchen cabinets, kind of got those in order, just tackling different areas like when you can. That
Yeah.
whole I'm going to do this project in 2 days, then you put in all the stress on yourself to get it done. We gotta be easier, more strategic.
Yes, yeah. Oh, hey, Chippa. So one of the viewers said hi. Those
Hi.
are all great things, Tamika Lane. I just only have a couple more, and I'm trying to just make sure I don't repeat. Wow, because you had a lot of great ones. I just have some basic things that you can do. You can actually, when you start to feel overwhelmed and something's about, you either feel like you're about to cry, or you get angry, or easily agitated. That's usually when you're getting overwhelmed. So just take a deep breath and step away. So, when those feelings are coming in, just doing that, the deep breathing exercises, I really stand by that. It helps to calm you down, and it also helps for reason to come, like logic to come back into your life too. After you feel like, okay, you have a nice steady breath, and it'll allow you to think a little better. Another thing I think is crucial is creating a no list. You know,
Oh,
oh, I think a lot of people should do this. Protect your time, protect your space and your energy. You're one of you. Sometimes you just can't be pulled in many different instances or arenas. So
directions. Mhm.
directions. Thank you. So there are times where you can just say, you know what, I think that is a good project, but I can't take that on right now. I have too much on my plate. You can say things respectfully, and hopefully those people can understand. Or if you just need to remove yourself from certain situations, whether it's a relationship or even sometimes a friendship may be overbearing. It's like, I need to step away for a little bit. So but healthy boundaries are crucial for your well-being, and that will help you with that. When things are not healthy, you need to step away. I don't care how painful it is. And Tamika Lane really highlighted this, but I just want to bring it back. Be kind to yourself. When she said give yourself space, remember that feeling of overwhelm. Guess what? It's normal. It's okay to have. It's just how you react to it that you may want to perfect. And just acknowledging and accepting yourself, like I said in the beginning, of how you are, and just have an understanding of how you operate, and understanding what is the root cause of that overwhelm, and then just bringing it back to the logic, like, okay, it may be this situation now, but guess what, with XYZ it's going to get better.
Right.
So but be kind to yourself until you get to that goal, because it may take some time, depending on the situation you're going through. It may take a little bit of time. Ask for help from a loved one, and this is something I need help with a lot. It's so hard for me to ask for help, but yeah, try to not let that be so hard for you. Your social support is really powerful. Your social support network is there for you to lean on. You don't want to take advantage of that, but there's people there that care and love you and don't want you to be in a certain space, and if they are able to help in some way, don't be so hard to ask for. Don't let it be too difficult for you to ask for help within reason. And also, Tamika like kind of talked about this. Write it out. Yeah. So writing it out. Write out your why you're feeling overwhelmed, why you're feeling anxious. It's just another great way to alleviate your feelings because you're thinking while you're writing, and you may come up with solutions or partial solution while you write. Like, oh, yeah, but I could have did this or I can do that, to alleviate some of that pain. So you start thinking while you're writing down the problem, and it may come up with solutions. It's like a written stream of consciousness. It allows you to express yourself freely, getting those thoughts out of your head. So those are some of the things that I think that can be helpful to do on a day-to-day that is practical as well.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the asking for help because like you, that has been a challenge for me. I only really learned to do it or was able to do it when I was at like my lowest, when it was like I cannot do this, literally like I am falling apart. Because, sometimes we just adopt this mindset that I internalize a lot, and then maybe as being an only child, I'm just used to just taking care of things, doing things on my own. And I don't usually show like I need help until I get to that point of I'm crying. So yes, I was at the place where I was breaking down at work. I would just talk to people, start breaking down, and it was like, oh my gosh. And I had someone, a colleague, say to me that, he's like, you shouldn't suffer in silence. So that phrase just stood out to me. Like, I'm no longer going to suffer in silence. When it does become too much, that I'm going to lean on, a friend or whomever and just kind of talk and go through what I just need someone to vent and just kind of to help lift me up a bit. So I think that is a very, very great tip that you brought up, KG.
Oh, thank you, Tamika. And you talking kind of made me think as well that sometimes our family and friends can't get us into a positive state, and that's okay. And that's when seeking professional help and therapy. Oh, it's okay, hi, baby. So you see my fuzzy head kid.
Yeah.
So I love you too, baby. Oh, it's okay, baby. I'm sorry. So, also, it's okay to seek therapy, and when it's times where it feels like it's a little too hard to overcome by yourself, or maybe you feel like you don't have that supportive base where you are able to ask help from a loved one. It's totally okay, to seek therapy, and that's what licensed therapists are for, and they provide a view that it's not what is it? What's the word? The adjective that is there. I can't think of it, but it's okay to seek professional help as well. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Objective point of view instead of being subjective. Yes.
100%. Just looking at the comments, I see Chipa protecting time, I think, is the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah, protect your time and energy. And I see Margie joining in. Hey, Margie, long time. Thank you. Any last thoughts from you, KG, before we close out this episode?
I just want to reiterate that term because I like this term. Just remember, what you believe is what you receive.
Yes, that's the takeaway. Well, we hope everyone found this discussion insightful and that you learned some practical tips to help you manage peaks and valleys in your life, because we know what's going to happen. And we just have to continuously work to improve our mindsets to help us be more productive and just to live more gratifying and fulfilling lives, right? So ultimately, how we feel inside is going to radiate outward, right? Whether it be in our interactions with people. We talked about energy in one of our Revive and Thrive episodes, right? Yeah. Or even with how you look on camera in photos, right? So these topics that we're sharing during this Radiance Reimagine Week, They're geared towards helping you look and feel better. We're going to conclude tomorrow with a discussion about photo tips. And then on Saturday afternoon at 3, so we're coming to you twice on Saturday, once for our regular noon slot for Revive and Thrive. And then at 3 p.m., we're going to have a private Zoom session for folks who sign up, and where we're going to be answering all your questions about our offer for the Glam Escape flying dress photo shoot experience. We've been talking about that each week throughout our lives, right? But in this session, we're going to have a special discount,
Yeah.
right, on purchase of the Glam Escape for everyone who attends and books during the special offer period. So if
Yeah.
you aren't already on our email list, get on it. As KG mentioned, you can find that link on Facebook and YouTube, or just reach out to us directly if you want the link to join the Zoom session. So we appreciate everyone for joining. Thank you, and have a great evening.
Have a great evening, everyone. Good night.
Good night.